Are you looking for peace of mind at your doorstep? Look no further. With the Blink Video Doorbell, your home's entrance is always within your control. Check out the link in the video description to learn more and get your Blink Video Doorbell on Amazon. Your home is in your hands.
Graham Downey, newly elected MP for Dunfermline and Dollar, recounts his hectic last 24 hours in a months-long campaign, culminating in winning the seat, with a stunning 8,000 majority, from the SNP. With 2 young children in the house, including one who is particularly full of beans in the mornings, getting up early was never going to be a problem. And so it was that I climbed out of bed at 6:30 a.m. on Thursday to ready myself for the final day of a campaign which had been at times tough, mostly enjoyable and, I hoped, would ultimately prove successful. Breakfast has to be just right, so it was a sausage roll and a very large, black coffee, 1 sugar. Not conventional, perhaps, but you have to stick to what you know when a huge day is ahead. The girls are buzzing around by this time, my 9-year-old Hannah fairly well aware of what's happening, the younger one, Ailey, who is 5, not so much, but their energy is infectious and helps start the day with a smile. I put on my dark suit, white shirt and a red tie, placed a rosette on my lapel and steadied myself for the day and night ahead. I stay in Toryburn and we visited some doors in the area early on with some leaflets as part of a final push, my daughters accompanying me and seeming to enjoy the spot of last-minute campaigning. We stopped off at the play park for a break and then it was off for the not unimportant business of actually voting at Toryburn Community Library. Thunderstorms, actual ones, not political ones, were forecast, but thankfully we managed to get there between downpours. Some quick hellos were said to supporters at the polling station and then it was back to the house. One of the first things I wanted to do on this final day was to take thank you hampers around my activists and campaigners as both a nod to them for all their hard work, and also as some fuel for what was going to be a big day for them too. A key ingredient has to be Haribo sweets, always the little lime-flavored ones for me, and never the fried eggs, and I also packed in sandwiches and cakes to hopefully give the team a little boost. My sister arrived to help with driving duties, and it was so nice to have her by my side. Caramel wafers, tea cakes, and savories were duly dropped off to our group and went down well. I think it's important to acknowledge the group who have worked so hard, for no pay whatsoever, for months. For this final day, everyone in the team has a schedule, where to be and when, and I was no different. A tour of as many polling stations as we could manage was our aim, to acknowledge those who were out to vote, and encourage anyone who might be susceptible to a bit of last-minute persuasion. As far as I was concerned, in this campaign, every single vote was up for grabs, and I wanted to give no less than 100%. Stephen's Bakery in Dunfermline, an old favorite, was the stop-off for lunch and it had to be a doner kebab pie. Don't be put off by any preconceptions, I'd recommend one to anyone visiting the town. Over the morning and into the afternoon, we managed to visit around 10 of the 46 polling stations in the area, and it was reassuring to see that our banners were in place and everything was in order. We bumped into a couple of SNP activists, and all was cordial as we gave a nod to each other. Campaigning and trying to get our message across is never over, and my mom and dad helped with childcare, and a trip to soft play, allowing my wife and I to visit some more doors. Back at the house, it's like Piccadilly Circus at rush hour with all the comings and goings, and I grab a light tea of salad, and a shower, to help pep me up. My elder daughter was allowed to stay up for the exit poll, although the younger one, completely disinterested in proceedings, was off to bed and slept through all night oblivious to everything. It is an exciting time, albeit you are in a state of limbo. The exit polls gave a strong indication that it was going to be good news, but there is still uncertainty. My agent, Stuart Irwin, and organizer, Gregor Mitchell, who ran an incredible campaign for someone aged just 21, indicated the polls and sampling looked good, and so it was off to the count. My dad came with me, and I thought that was appropriate as it's because of him and my mom that I got into politics. I remember watching the count at the 1992 general election and being fascinated by